Finally, Trick Williams, the NXT champion, slated to defend his championship against Ethan Page at NXT Battleground. He spoke with Adrian Hernandez, and he spoke about the influence of CM Punk on the NXT roster when he attends NXT live events and advises younger stars. Now, keep in mind that Punk, he has somewhat of a reputation with some from his time in AEW. However, since returning to WWE in November at Survivor Series, he's been internally praised by those in the company. Williams said, "Mentor is a perfect way to put it, man. He has been a blessing for all of us who would take the time to go actually talk to him and reach out to him. He's helped me with a few things. I feel like if the crowd knew about it, they would be very grateful that he did it." I'll just leave it there. Shout out to CM Punk. He's been a positive light for all of us in NXT, end quote. Yeah, he has. He's been a positive influence on a lot of people in WWE. And despite the fact that you may or may not like him from his AEW run, or even his first WWE run, you have to acknowledge that CM Punk has done great things in WWE. His first run, and obviously his second run, is off to a little bit of a rocky start. A guy like Trick Williams, though, he is a bright spot on that WWE roster. He is someone that the company can really rally behind, and he is going to be a player for them for the next 10 years. He's got the look, he's got the charisma, and now he just needs to piece it together and put it all together with the in-ring ability, and he's getting very good at that. I like the fact that they did not fast-track him to the main roster when they called up Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. Trick Williams is still very, very green. He's only been wrestling on his own for, year and a half, right? Because he was paired with Carmelo Hayes for so long. Even if you look at the way that WWE has positioned him in NXT, going from Carmelo Hayes' bodyguard now into a top star on the NXT brand, you have got to know that they see big things in Trick Williams, and they are expecting big things from Trick Williams. But you don't want to push him necessarily too fast, too hard, because then he will get overexposed, and then he would ruin any credibility that he not only built up in NXT, but as well as the hype and promotion around him when he makes his main roster debut. Just because you have 2 out of 3 check marks of what WWE is looking for in a superstar doesn't mean that you need to pull the trigger and send him to the main roster and have him exposed, because you could have waited 6 months before he checks that last mark. And I think what they're doing now with Trick Williams in NXT, putting him in a program with an established guy in Ethan Page, who could have a shot at dethroning him at Battleground, I think is a bright move, and I applaud them for what they've been able to do with Trick Williams.